starting a little bit early. So yesterday started on this big nice list of bugs and improvements and little balances. So just a list of stuff to do, bit of work to do. Gonna finish fairly early today, got a bit of the Fridays. And yeah, so I did that, just logging the things I did between streams. And then yeah, I figured out why the characters weren't working. It was so that I was getting one bug because I'd left a character container prefab in the scene by accident, just to sort out the wings. And yeah, when I changed, so I changed a game object ally spawner into just the script ally spawner because it's just a bit more efficient. And I forgot to set it up in the editor, and then I still had to like jiggle it a couple times to get it to like take. But yeah, so that's what I did last time. So we figured out that super weird bug. And the next thing I have on the list is I was just wanted to double check because I wasn't sure that the buff proc is working, or the buff artifact outcome. So I've made this little cheat, and I haven't done this yet, but I'm just going to go test and just make extra sure that critical buff is working. And I've like amped up the stats of it, the chance, just for testing. So we should see it happen. Okay, that did it. That gave me a buff. It gave the dudes around me a buff. Okay, so it is working. Cool. Good to know. And yeah, we just saw him get one as well, so that's great. That is in fact working. Awesome. Happy about that. So can delete that and go back into artifacts. Critical buff should be there, and yeah, of course it is. And we can just can't control Z. 5% chance. Hello? Why can't I delete? I can press other buttons but not delete. Okay, that's worrying. That means I might need to get a new okay, it works there. Okay, so I think probably the thing is just to reset this. Alright, so I can't save either. Okay, what's going on? There was an issue last night where I oh, don't look at that, my torrents. Why is that giving me problems? Why can't I press delete? Okay, so save and just close the application. And open it back up again. 0.05. Good, it's working now. And get rid of that little bit of spam. Okay. Boots balanced working. So yeah, I want to double check that Boots is working. So again, I'll go into and just check that it feels good. Check that it like I feel the increase in speed. So we go to player controller. Got too many things open. Player controller. Okay, let's do a reset. Player controller, and we say the thing that we want is, so get rid of the artifact. We want Boots, just Boots. Go. So it's going to cheat Boots and then see if I can see the difference and feel the difference. So first thing is to just double check what is the speed of Sean, and we're not going to be able to see because character is now non. It's not serializable, so that means I can't see it. So we could just put a little. We could do a little in the update method here. Yeah. Dot character dot speed, and that would be if character container dot its player. Oh wait, no, it should only be happening on the player. Wait, what? Have I done that correctly? I feel like that can't be 100% correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I shouldn't have to do this. It should only be there on the player character. So, yeah. Okay, first field test. Oh, did I? Okay, we'll do the hard test first. Double check that the actual number's changing, and then it's a matter of hello. Hide the mouse. Check that the number is actually changing, that the speed is actually changing, and then it's a matter of running around and feeling it and feeling maybe that speed increase is not enough from boots, because you know, if all you're getting is movement speed, you should feel it. So 7.4. So it is a bit faster, but I wonder if boots should just be faster then, because that feels a bit harsh. So let's go. So this would be upgrades, boots. And actually, if I put a quote there, usually takes me straight here. Increases movement speed. Let's go. Like, I think it would be fun to move quite fast. But let's go 10. Let's go like 15. Yeah, let's just go 15, 20, 25, 30. And maybe even more than that, actually. So we would go like 15, 25. No, let's see how this feels. Okay. But it is in fact working, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I could just need to make sure it is, like, I can balance it as I go. Okay, max mana for Jack and Horseless Headman. So max mana. Okay, yeah. So characters. Mana. Okay, so we go Horseless Headman, and we just put an extra thing here. Horseless. Yeah, max mana. And I don't know what the number should be, but let's say it was as low as 25, so it's half. I think probably 40 makes more sense. And we don't put a semicolon. And we do the same for Jack. And just see how that feels. You know it should be lower, but we'll tweak how much lower as we go. Let's start with 40 and see where that leaves us. Disable reroll button if not enough beans. Okay, so here in artifact UI, reroll button text dot get child. No, okay. So when we determine So yeah, reroll cost. Where do we put that text in? Because that would be the same place. Okay. And then if magic beans, so yeah, it would be here. So yeah, if magic beans saveflow.currentProfile.magicbeans is greater than roll cost. So if it's less than reroll cost, then reroll button dot game object dot set active false. Okay, I guess I should test that. It's a very minor little one there. What did I want to check? Oh, yeah, re-rolls. So yeah, being silly. Need to test it right at the beginning. Why is that not working then? Okay. See what that's all about then. So that's not taking apparently. So reroll button. Okay, so we must have the exact same number of beans. I think that's it, because yeah, that should be greater than or equal to, because if you've got the amount needed. So very rookie mistake there, quite embarrassing, but there you go. Being stupid again. Okay, good. So that's working. No rerolls if you can't reroll. Simple little thing. Okay, add item which casts a buff. It's definitely not a priority. So I guess this would go like, so what I need to do is, because we've got the Bullet Fest coming, and I kind of want to have things a bit ready for that. So yeah, we've got yeah, I had Bullet Fest somewhere in here. And then this would definitely be the kind of thing I'd add after that. So I need to start prioritizing. Okay, Grave Robber should be renamed Plague Doctor. Yeah, I think that's true. So we go Grave Robber should be, because he just looks like a Plague Doctor. That's just what it ended up being. Okay. And then so we will need to assign that, reassign the sprites. Oh, we lost those? Oh, because that's the title screen, GM. Such spaghetti. Okay. I should just have like GM as an object that doesn't destroy itself, but I wasn't really confident with that, with how that works. So I'm always doing something. I'm always trying to achieve something, and I don't want to get too bogged down in learning new things, you know. So Black Beans, Plague Doctor. Combined looters. Yeah, okay, so that's an issue. So basically when we say level equals 99, like that shouldn't happen here. That should only happen because basically, so how do I explain this? So we have characters that are looters and they work as looters on our team, and I short-sightedly and if they're on the enemy team, they're like bigger, stronger, and they drop massive loot. And yeah, since my recent change, I hadn't quite sorted that out. So the larger versions end up dropping the major loot, which is not good. Maybe it's fine, kind of makes sense, but it puts too much RNG in the game. So we check if the character's level is 99. No, here on the enemy spawner, character.looter, but not just character.looter and upgrades. This is very roundabout, but character.looter and upgrades dot. I guess we have to go gm.c.upgrades. Get upgrade. Character container dot character dot name. Could be just be character container dot name, but this is yeah. So that's how we can check. and I'm confident that'll work, so I will just wait until the problem happens again and keep an eye out for it. But yeah, if the character's a looter, but it's not a tier 2 looter, we could do things like check for HP and stuff, but basically, yeah, is it a combined upgrade? Oh, actually, I'm not sure that will cover it because, for example, Lord combined only equals true on the first one, so that's not going to work. I mean, of course, I could just create like another tag, like, oh, this is a enemy looter and this is an ally looter. What would be the best way to check the difference between so loot goblin is a looter, and then we'll be looking for the evolved version, which is a glutton. Okay, glutton is level 4, but looter and lord okay, so all level. Okay, so yeah, we can actually just check level. So we just say, and character container character. Yeah, that'll do it. It's a bit roundabout, not recommended, but a lot of things aren't recommended. The whole point is so that you don't make the same mistakes I do, and I'll do it better next time. Okay, so this was an idea of like how to handle these. This just isn't necessary, so I'll put that as a question mark, like just to make me think about it again on a quieter day. It's just a yeah, post Bullet Fest, so that's Bullet Fest, and everything that is like this is not a priority can come after. Okay, yeah, same thing here. Okay, and then brute enemy should spawn slower. Yeah, we kind of handled that. Like basically I had a good think about it, and I don't want to change the way. So enemy spawn rate is done in a completely different way to ally spawn rate, and that is how it should be. It's just a matter of whether we put them on the rare list or the unrare list, and it's kind of like you can have a enemy that's not a brute that spawns more rarely because it's like a necromancer or something, you know, when it's on the enemy team. Boomerang bigger and give it an outline. So, oh yeah, let's just do the next one there. So character container. And we have healer.isPlayer. Okay. And when we do an artifact heal, so heal, where we actually execute it. Healer.isPlayer, or the person receiving the heal is player. So let me just double check. Holy artifacts. Yeah. So the healer is the subject character. So that'll be the person who... Oh wait, no, so it would be like... So like debuff artifacts. So I did a buff on someone. I'm the player. Maybe it is, because I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah, and yeah. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing entirely. So, well, let's see. So let's do critical heal. Was it critical heal we had before? Okay, so let's try that then. All right, so just want to check that this is working. Oh, and I should increase the rate a lot. Yeah, I'll do that before trying to make it happen organically. So we go artifacts. Critical heals should be like 75% for now. Just so we can test it. Okay, yeah, the number is appearing. It's quite subtle, but it is appearing. And I want one of my guys to get a crit. Yeah, they're doing it too. Okay, so that is just working. It was just my imagination. Okay, back to 10%. yeah, we are sort of getting to the other side of this. Okay, so we'll go into enemy spawner. So for some reason, goat or shield, floating shield. One of those is causing a null reference exception, and I don't know why. So first, let's figure out which one it is, unless it's both. Oh, I have to fight against the demons. Okay, it's definitely the goat, if not both. So let's now test if it's floating shield. As well. Oh, it is that too. Okay. What's the issue? Wait, should it be get pulled character? Oh yeah, get pulled character works differently, yeah, so it should be that. So it gets the name, floating shield 4. Oh, I see. Because it's not there. So it's not in the enemy container. That'll be why. And that's why none of them that haven't been set up to spawn yet are going to spawn. Okay. So, but then why is that the case? So we go enemy spawner, goat 4. And that should indeed have been loaded. Ah, there's our problem. So I just forgot to change that numeral there. Okay, that's gonna be why it happened. Okay, good, solved. This is why we don't use strings, because they are prone to error. Okay, so boomerang just feels like a little bit invisible. Like the bow and arrows I don't have a problem with. Fireballs and ice lancers icicles I don't have a problem with. So I think making it bigger will do just fine. I don't need to like give it an outline or anything. And it's just the first one, I think. Oh, and so if I go weapons, boomerang. Okay, yeah, so that's correct. So I think in each case I can probably just make it a bit bigger. Let's go with like 20. Let's go 15. And I'll call that done. We'll see if I have the same problem next time I play. Okay, so I think the next thing is to kind of sort out my to-do list, because I've cleared that one. And if I just look at this mess, I'm going to be less likely to want to work. So sprite work. Back to drawing then. Back to the drawing board, as they say, but for different reasons. Okay, call this sprites. Well, yeah, just visuals. So yeah, I need to make a couple sprites smaller. Need to make that book smaller. Need to have some kind of visual effect for sacrifice. Need to redo all the talents, which should be a fun session. So that's probably Monday's work. Okay, so on weapons, yeah, I definitely want to do this. So I don't want, like, I'm not sure if it's that much, but basically, like, I don't want damage. So basically, when we damage someone, so damage like times equals, or why did it just go to a different script? Okay, weapon container, damage times equals or equals. Yeah, and this is in ranged attack. So here, every time we do a ranged attack, we're doing this calculation, which I think is possibly poorly optimized. It might be fine. It might not make a difference, actually. Like, it's such a simple calculation. It's just I would rather have the weapon container should have like a current damage amount. Yeah, so it would be like, and that would have to change on buffs and on various things. Yeah, when we set a weapon, we make a new weapon, right? Targeting type. And then ultimate effects, yeah, so it's like going in and just going through and like really thinking visually about the ultimate effects. Okay. This is a visual effect. So yeah, we should see the Banshee like do its cry and then everyone gets thingied. Yeah, and I want to change mirror. I think floating shield and mirror just don't quite make the cut. I just think they're not very exciting. But then what else would I put? It wouldn't be too bad to just put like some kind of gruntish demon. Let me have a look at my design. So Demon Wall I'm actually really happy with. That's Goat plus Gargoyle. So then Floating Mirror is Gremlin plus Floating Shield. And Floating Shield makes a satyr. So I need to think about some kind of other demon thing to, because we've got a Floating Shield and a Floating Mirror and they're just crap. So replace Floating Shield. Like, you could just go for some like new generic thing like Death Guard or something edgy like that, you know? Not Death Guard, but like Demon Guard, because it's not an undead. Just tidying a bit as I think. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely want to do that. The mirror just isn't that much fun to fight against, and just it doesn't quite hit very hard, I don't think. So and on weapon store total test that. So yeah, it would be like, so set weapon. Yeah, we are doing a copy weapon. So yeah, whenever we get the upgrade, we're copying the weapon. But I think if a character dies and then... And so yeah, when do we set the weapon? It's when they're spawned. So we clear existing weapons. Okay, so... And when would it change? It would be when the character gets like buffed or debuffed. So we would have on character container like add buff. And there's probably some overlap here. So like, yeah, we do the buff and then we update the max HP thing. So we could have one which is update weapons. If, and then so the weapon container would also have public float damage, public float AoE. Like it would basically just have all of the stats on it. Okay, yeah. For each character dot weapon dot character sprite. Character. Oh, okay. Wait a sec. Shouldn't that be character container? Okay, interesting. Oh wait, no, not on character. Oh, bloody hell, I'm supposed to be looking at weapon container. In character sprite renderer dot weapon containers. C dot damage equals character dot equals weapon dot damage times character dot damage x, and then we're doing it here rather than every time. So we're not doing a little multiply every time we do a weapon, like someone hits with a weapon. I think that's got to be good, right? And then it would be the same. C dot AoE and so that's going to be a bit of a job. So I shall have to go to weapon. And get all of these. So it'd be damage, attack speed. Yeah. And so we'll want to do that for each of these. So attack speed. So go not names but damage, attack speed, range, all of these. We want to define any time a buff comes in or out, and also at start. So we should have on the weapon container public void calculate stats. And so, like, looking back in future, I think it's a bit too much of a headache to do it now. But like every time you come up with a stat like attack speed or something like that, it should be its own class. It should have a sprite attached to it, so like a common symbol, and then it should be in a list, because then I could do a for each loop. So like for each stat over here, for each stat on the character, and for each stat on, like, if it matches the stat on the weapon, then just apply one to the other, and then I wouldn't have to write each one out. But at the moment, I think this is the lesser evil. So dot attack speed. No, dot. This is just not giving me any. Why is it not giving me anything? Okay, so damage. Because, yeah, we don't have was C. It is just what we have here. And then there's this lowercase character. It shouldn't be, but who's the owner of the weapon? Character container. So it'll be character container. Like that. And then, yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons like buffs ends up being so expensive. Well, we'll see. There's lots of little optimization to do, but this should be here. This calculates stats rather than asking weapon damage to multiply by character damage multiplier every time we do damage. It should happen once either of those changes. It should only happen with one of those changes, and then we get a final number. Yeah. For God's sake. Okay. So I'm going to have to go through each of those and put them. But first I'm going to have a little smoke. Be right back. Okay. So I just want to kind of, before I plunge into that, bit of refactoring. Okay, we have a session of SFX. So it's all the things I don't like: drawing, animating. This I'll need to think about in my off time, I guess. What would be a good replacement for the shield and the mirror? Some kind of like shieldy bastard. Like a diamond or something, I don't know, something random. The resurrection teams issue. Oh god, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Okay. And then combo achievements. Yeah, what I would like to be able to do is, so yeah, let's put this together. This is like coding stuff. Update builds, stages, story. So yeah, I think it is time to do the stages. And I should at least do the undead stage. But if I can like stack a few, so it'll be stages, and let's list them out because we know what they need to be. So we still need to do undead stage, and I think I should improved army approaching effect in ramparts. And yeah, so graveyard we'll call it. We've got our graveyard, we've got our I do need to sit and think about this because I did have it somewhere. Have I written this down? Stages. Plains, crypt. Yeah, I've called it the crypt. Let's call it the graveyard. Ramparts, bridge, orc camp. So we'll call this war camp. Barrens, which is just like the plains. And I guess we can do like glow up. Yeah, we should glow up. So this is going to be like a few sessions where I can just focus on the levels and sprites for that and whatnot. Okay, then we've got Orc Camp, Barrens, and then Demon Palace. Those are the only ones we need. And I think I should have the graveyard ready for Bullet Fest. I don't know. So we have a nice tidy list. Update builds. Story can come after Bullet Fest. UI glow up, artifact glow up. So yeah, redraw the artifacts. Yeah, glow. What did I put? Yeah. And then UI glow up is like a big one that can come after Bullet Fest. Change the name, yeah. Update the build, switch to non-physics method is a big one. Potentially not too difficult because it's all stuff that's been done before. I wonder if I could even get an AI to do it. Code, switch to non-physics method. I do think that should perhaps come after, but we've still got next week where it's half term, so I'll have the full time because I don't have childcare to do. My wife does. UI glow up, add item which casts buff. It's a design question. Design question. Design question. YouTube video ideas, forgive the cringe. Translation. And combo for space and time magic. I mean, that can sit with like yeah, tier 3 combos. And I guess we should do a round of translation before Bullet Fest, so yeah, T3 combos should be interesting. So we basically take all the tier 2 upgrades and imagine how we could combine them, and then translation before Bullet Fest, catch up on translations. So I've got my nice list, which just looks horrible to me. There's nothing in here that I particularly want to do. But if I just said, right, focus a day on stages, then I could take that off the list and focus on nothing else for a bit, and so on with the rest of it. So for now, we will do this. So we go. We essentially take weapons range. You take this and just awkwardly weapon to attack time. No, the weapon shouldn't have an attack timer. The weapon container should have an attack timer. So let's see what broke when I did that. Nothing, hopefully. Yeah. So it's going to break a few things, and we basically want to crudely copy this. So we go public float, damage, attack speed, range, AoE, knockback. A lot of these, but not all of them. Knockback, crit rate, lifesteal, chain, pierce. Just so that there's fewer calculations happening each time damage is done, and instead we only split weapon. I'm gonna skip that for now. Is boomerang. Self-target. It's only the ones that are like I'm not even gonna bother with the integers just now. Self-target. No, chain effect, no, defense type, heal, no, none of these. Okay. And we shouldn't set any of these. These are the ones we need. Okay. And then I'll take these and again crudely copy them. So then here we have attack timer, just attack timer. And this could cause issues, but I think it's worthwhile. I mean, if I do it properly, it won't cause any issues, but it's the kind of fundamental thing that's a bit scary to mess around with. Okay. And then so calculate stats would go here. So we do damage, attack speed, range, AoE, knockback, crit rate, lifesteal. for some silly reason this is a lowercase range, character.range. AoE, weapon AoE times. Just so we're not doing this every time character attacks. Knockback, weapon.knockback. So yeah, each of these probably should be like their own class with sprites and everything, and then I could do like a for each loop here without having to go through each one. But for now, this is the lesser evil. Maybe we'll do that eventually. I would like to have the kind of thing where you have like the information on a weapon and I can like mouse over to like see more information about each of the things it's talking about. So calculate stats, that'll do that. And so when do we want to calculate stats? So set weapon, calculate stats, and on buff. On add buff and remove buff at the end, because these things would have changed. And we could probably tidy that up a bit, but this will do for now. And then so on the container, whenever we are asking for, so for example, .damage, we should actually just go prodscript.damage equals damage. Speed seems always the same. Knockback. Oh, and then attack speed is divide, right? Which is a bit awkward, but yeah, that is how it is. So attack speed, attack start timer equals attack speed, so we don't have to calculate that again. And then pierce. Wait, no, we didn't even do it for the ints. It's just the floats, the multiplies. So then we have knockback, buff speed, yeah. And then size, somewhere we do size. Character container character.oex. Okay, I think that can stay the same. I mean, it could be better, but I just want to focus on what I'm focusing on here. And then we go over here, attack speed, and the local scale is AoE. Such messy code, I know, but here we go. Attack speed. Weapon.damage. So let's find all instances of that. So that should be damage. That should be... Oh, this should actually be damage 2. Good. What's this? No, that was the old way and we kept it commented in case we wanted it back, but we don't want it back. This should just be damage. Okay, So do we have weapon dot attack speed? Okay, so then beam attack, rain attack, never mind, chain attack. And then we have like weapon dot AoE. Weapon dot range. Range. Leave that. Okay, and then the chain should actually include the character's range, so that was a mistake, but now fixed. And so that's range, AoE knockback, okay, crit rate, lifesteal. Okay, so then the next one we're going to have to go into is, I think, so one is projectile. Okay, interesting. So the damage is multiplied by the shooter. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave that for now. Okay, do we determine which? Okay, I'm just going to leave that for now because that does require different things. Okay, and then knockback, let's just... Yeah, so... Yeah, we have stored it on here. Okay, and then, so yeah, we're messy, I know. And then the other big one is going to be make AoE effect. This one is used all the time. Okay. Okay. Right, those can all go. Except, what's this red up here? Okay, yeah. We'll see dot attack timer, weapon container dot attack timer. And you down here. Yeah, that's not there anymore. So we do this funny thing on the AoE effect where we use... Okay, that's interesting. And then... Yeah, so we actually do mess with these numbers here. So that's shooter, so it deals the damage. So here we are doing shooter damage X. Okay, I'm going to sort of pull back a bit. We've kind of started doing this. We've made some progress, but I'm going to pull back now because I just want to kind of check if the game's working and then work on other things. And then I kind of want to see where we land. I think when a new character spawns, it should be 0, right? I think I've noticed that, and it's annoying when a character spawns and they haven't got their weapon ready yet. Okay. Yeah, attack timer should never be on the weapon itself, because that's just the weapon's attack speed. Okay. Yeah, could get rid of reflection mechanics altogether because they just don't really come up. I don't think it would be horribly lost if we just got rid of reflection mechanics entirely. Would have saved me a lot of grief, many days coding to get reflection mechanics to work, especially for things like chain lightning and stuff like that to start to reflect that. Okay. I would like to have a little successful run of the game. And then if all is good, then I think I'm kind of done for the day, for the week, because the next step is to knock some of these bigger things off the list, have a good run at visuals and kind of put on my animator hat for a while and just get that out the way, get a lot of these things looking nice, barring some of the more would have heard there. But yeah, it's low budget setup. Okay. Yeah, ultimate effects, SFX, run of sound effects, replace floating shield, floating mirror. I've kind of started doing this, and if I was to come back to it, yeah. Resurrection Teams issue, still need to figure out why that's going weird. I mean, it's fine, but I've kind of fixed the problem after the fact, which is annoying. Combo achievements, yeah, like I want to update achievements. Replace faction achievements. Is the audio fixed? Yeah, apparently it is. Switch to non-physics method, that's a big one. And I probably don't want to do that before Bullet Fest, but basically, yeah, if I can get some of this shit done, then we're good. And yeah, I need a week off, and then weekend off, and then we can kind of just smash some of these things in whatever order, and get to a build, do the whole name change thing, and get ready for Bullet Fest, where potentially we could see some visibility for the game. I'm going to do a build and run, and I'm going to be a grotty bastard and have a little smoke while I wait for this build to compile. And then hopefully we'll get like a nice incident-free run at the game, or we'll have some more things to put on the list. And if all goes well, I will call it there for the week, because oof, it's been a week and the sun is hot today. So yeah, be right back. Okay. Who should we choose? Should we go with the classic? Let's go with the classic and see how it works. Sean versus the Orcs in the plains. Nice load. Oh, no, something's gone horribly wrong. Something's gone horribly wrong. Yeah, so this build is no good. All right. What's that? Why is he not getting a weapon? Okay, so stats is calculating before we've actually given him so that's on add buff. Okay, that sort of makes sense, but apply starting upgrades, and I hope this doesn't break anything. Should happen before. So this is getting our bits. Right, go away, go away. Stop. Yeah, so that should happen before there. So we can leave that there, but the bit where we apply the buffs from the leaves should happen after we've applied the starting upgrades. Okay, and there might be some redundancy here. Set player. Yeah, we just got some things that are happening in one pocket and others in another pocket, but I am not in the mood to like fix that now. Like if it works, it works. If it's optimized, it doesn't need changing. Okay, problem. Oh, got a phone call. Hello? I think I got it's like a scammy called yesterday as well. So someone must have freshly added my name to a list, or my number to a list. I've generally found a good way to get off those lists, because I don't get many of these calls, but is to just always actually report. And then I find like they don't happen so often. How do I, well, never mind. Let's not do that now. All right. So yeah, we're in title screen and I think the same bug is happening. So I might need to tidy this code up then. So calculate stats is being called by, so all this player stuff should be happening over in GM, where we okay, so yeah, apparently we've already done that. And then load beanstalk for each leaf and leaf, and then we do player dot add buff. Then we do all of that, and So yeah, we want this. Because this shouldn't have anything that doesn't apply to the player. Everything player related should go here in this pile of spaghetti over here. Okay, then we'll find out where the problem is. And yeah, if it was Monday, I'd probably go in and tidy that code, but it's Friday and I've got the Fridays. Yeah, how do I report a number? Okay, well, first of all, so where do we set apply upgrade? Okay, and I think because apply upgrade takes a bit of time, let's do a like a yield return null. Because of the weirdness here, I have to go if weapon.names.count is greater than 0. Because of the serializable nonsense. It's like if you make something serializable, it can say that it can like have a null weapon, basically a weapon that doesn't have any stuff on it, so it won't read as null, it will just read as a weapon with nothing in it. And he does indeed have a weapon, and it does indeed work. Okay, so let's try that again. And I think one thing that I forgot to do, and I'm glad, oh, I fixed that then. Good, critical heal. Yeah. Yeah, I fixed that. Okay, good. Just double checking. All right, now let's try that again. Oh, and did I remember to... No, I didn't remember to get rid of this. Okay, good. Wouldn't have come up anyway. So I'm just going to do Sean versus the Orcs, the most vanilla. The thing that if you played the demo, the first thing, or if you played the game, it would be the first thing you do. The first setup you would get. Yeah, I've got a great number of subscribers this week. Really makes my day. More than usual. Not a great number, but great for me. All right. Loading time is better than it was before, so that's good. Chance to cast a random buff on allied death. Knockback chicken, the name is wrong. So artifact, that doesn't matter. Knockback chicken Should be knockback, heal. Good. Okay. I guess let's try that and let's see if we run into lots of problems with that. So we will try and pick knockbacky characters. And yeah, we have this other bug, which is... I should close the door. Don't know if that's just because of like a misplaced sound effect or what, but I am so done. I'm ready to just play the game, try and have some fun with it. Okay, knockback, knockback. That's a knockbacker. Okay, well I just triggered it. Okay, knockback. Should we get heal, or let's just lean into the knockback stuff? Are we getting the item burst? So knockback. Okay. Oh, it's because there's no sprite. So rather than giving an empty square, it is just going to give an invisible sprite. Okay, good. Figuring these things out. All right, yeah, let's get something that combos with my Berserker, whilst also being pretty fun in its own right. It's a Bannerman. So far, so smooth. And I'm just trying to like focus, and I just want to see. Yeah, let's get Luther. Because I feel like characters aren't healing themselves with the knockback thing. It's working for my guy, but not theirs. Not my allies. Fireball range AoE. Let's get Fireball since it's combos with my sword, or let's get AoE. So that more guys get hit by our hammers and spears and whatnot. Okay, okay, what I think knockback heal. So let's go artifacts, heal, subject character, and then when we do the knockback, the subject character is the knocker, and the object character is the one that got knocked. Why is that debug not showing up? Why is... because we should be seeing that happen. Because heal all allies, I've seen that happen. So why is this not coming up? Okay, so... Because, yeah, I just saw the orc get healed. So I feel like it must be healing them. But the subject character is definitely the knocker. So what's going on there? Okay, and we'll investigate that next time. Hopefully it doesn't mess with this run too much. Okay, let's get something that... Attack speed is always good, but let's get one that combines with our thingamajig. Alright, spear, heal. Yeah, let's get a melee weapon that combines with our sword. And I do love the looters picking up stuff for me. At least it's working to heal my guys when I do the knockback. But I don't know why, I don't know how on... Oh, it's because I'm not running it in Unity, so I'm not going to see the debug log. Okay, silly me. Yep, so far so good, running very smooth. Let's see how that holds up. None of these are knockback, so I'll re-roll one time. What I really want is like my own hammer. That's my knockback weapon. To be honest, I haven't actually seen hammer appear for a while. Maybe I hope it's still in the pool. Friendly looters. Because they shouldn't be. There we go, hammer, so we can get it. Because then I should have a decent chance to heal all my allies with my hammer attacks, which is good. Keep some sustain going in my army. Double check something out of paranoia. So GM update all targets team 0. Okay, yeah, we do actually want to ask. Did I not do this already? I feel like this would have been a silly oversight, but yeah, I guess that's why I'm worried that I didn't. So we go. If so yeah, that's going to cause other kinds of issues as well. So yeah, we're still finding things. We're still finding little random bugs, just to do with how complex a project gets over time. We've got a lovely little melee army. Okay, knockback buff. So that really leans into the knockback. So yeah. Full knockback build. Okay, yeah, we're giving the buff to the person we've hit. So object character. Buff. Random buff. So it should be, yeah, subject character. So yeah, that's just, I knew there'd be little issues with that. Okay, so that's going to make this run a bit more difficult because we're actually helping our enemies. But, you know. Made a lot of changes since our last run of testing. That does kind of like make this run a bit crap for balancing, so I won't pay too much attention to the balancing here. It's working for the hero. The hero buffs all his allies, so at least there's that. And it might be overtuned because we are getting a lot of buffs from so yeah, we need to go buff value. Is quite valuable, I guess. Although I have like really like got lots of knock, or not really, yeah. So that should be, and we can go a little bit. Force out of 100, run artifact outcome. Force out of 200. Okay, well this should be using chance. And this should be 200. still grab that because there's a combo. Okay, so the glutton. Glutton still not big and drops loot. So yeah, I've completely misunderstood the fix for that. I think my intelligence is low today. I've got debuffed intelligence. So yeah, this is going to be a gnarly run. All kinds of imbalances and bugs. But you know, we only just refactored this artifacts code, so it's to be expected. And then I think also when it comes to this is fixed update. If target dot game object. No, what is target? Yeah, target dot capital T. Game object dot active self is equal to true. And yeah, we're just getting all of the buffs. So yeah, things are tuned a bit off, but that's fine. Yeah, that guy's massive. He's a bit too big. Level 4 enemy's a bit too big. Because this, especially like Sean versus the Orcs, this was working so smoothly before I started adding content and like changing things. And now that it's a bit awkward because of all the refactoring I've done, like it's to be expected. But yeah. Okay, yeah, let's get that. And then really we want our Berserker back because we knockback is all powerful, or we would if things were working as intended. And I am super powerful, which is fun. Berserker, very nice. Oof. Bit OP there. Yeah, and updating target in the fixed target, like, so they still keep attacking the ground after they've killed something. And my feeling is, like, that's not too bad, but yeah, we can cancel that, but it also makes me see where the delay is. And I don't mind if there's a bit of a delay for units finding, like, doing what they have to do. Wait. Orcs. I think some, like, yeah, orcs spawning at half HP. I'll have to look into that. Did I just pick up 2 mana gems? Yeah, it seems mana gems are a bit off. I think max mana bit off. Gems restoring too much. So still lots of bugs. Bit disheartening, but also not unexpected. Okay, what do we? I think we still just want another berserker. Yeah, we have lords and blacksmiths, so we've got that anvil buff going on, which is nice. Ah, yeah, let's take another berserker. I mean, this is how we would be doing the build, I guess. Actually, I'm kind of hurting myself like this. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to do this thing. It's like captain based targeting. So just to like ease up on the targeting thing, it's like people have captains, and then yeah, in here, so in fixed update for each weapon. Movement happening there, and they're targeting, and they seem to like hit things that are dead, so like it's sort of happening out of sync. So maybe what I want to do is, yeah, like captain based targeting, so it's like they'll assign themselves like people will follow the leader, basically, like they'll share targets, so then we kind of create groups. So yeah, I'll put that on the list of things that could make life easier. So where do we have group based? So the idea is that every now and then, people will units, if they're like clustered together, they'll like find a captain, and then they'll all target people based on what the captain's target is. I mean, it's kind of fine, like, as long as the hero's targeting is like updating really well. Yeah. But yeah, we certainly have lots of stuff to fix. Let's take that. Oof, oof. Very strong. But yeah, some of the enemies are spawning without full HP, so that's got to be something around. So it'd be like again, this was fine before, but I think it's got to be in like enemy spawner. Yeah, two enemy buff, and then it's like they get the buff, and what the buff should do. Yeah, so then it would be. Where do we do like on spawn, I think, and then on spawn should be setting HP to max HP, but because this buff is happening after, which I guess it doesn't need to, except on spawn clears the buffs, so that is tricky. So yeah, we just have to fix it. So yeah, this run is all over the place, but that's fine. It's still fun. And yeah, I mean, it's a marvel that everything's working, and I was just about to say everything's optimized. But apparently not. Game crashed when Wayfinder spawned? Because I think that might be what's causing it. Oh dear, okay. Yeah, I think that's got to be it. So there's got to be some kind of like connection there. So yeah, little bugs. Basically, the game's working. We're sort of there. Optimization's like good for the most part. Like there's always more we could do, but I think it's actually pretty good. So yeah, I will focus on things that I think are relevant to getting the game wishlisted basically for the demo. So yeah, let's glow up the first level. I guess, yeah, we'll just take things one at a time. So before I start on Monday, I will pick a thing and do that and focus on that. And yeah, I just need to hammer at that list. But I reckon we get to the end of that list that I have there, and we are golden. Nobody said making games was easy, but yeah, okay. Well, thanks for everyone who joined. Thanks for everyone who watched after the fact. Subscribers really help me out a lot, and yeah, really appreciate your time. And I will be back on Monday at 9. So cheers, nice one, bye.